Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 108 until I'm a YouTube millionaire. And today is going to be a review of Christopher Langan's The Art of Knowing. I read this significantly faster than I anticipated. Now, it's not a very long book. It's about, 140 pages? Yeah, 139 pages. Of course, as I've said before, I'll say it again, 5 pages of his book is like 20 pages of anybody else's book, because the guy writes very dense. He writes very dense because he is extremely intelligent. He's got an IQ of about 200, which has been tested on multiple occasions for him. It's actually what he's known for. He's insanely smart. One of the smartest people to have ever lived, and that's not me just saying that. He's got the works to prove it, this being one of them. But what I like about this, and I mentioned this in a short a little bit ago, is that in general, it's rather easy to comprehend. He doesn't make it opaque. Though, I do have to say, once he got to On Absolute Truth and Knowledge, which is one of the essays in this book, it's right around page 100 or so, he starts to get opaque again. He starts using a lot of neologisms, which that means new words that he created, but they're accurate and they make sense. They're words that are real words. It's just nobody's ever used them before, and it's using the actual structure and syntax of English. So they're real words, and a person as smart as him, no joke, can make new words. You know, I don't pretend to be as intelligent as he is, but I'm in league with him, and I've done that myself. I have. So, it's a very interesting book. A lot of really good ideas, as one might suspect, for somebody as smart as him. The first few essays, which are all about 10 pages, almost exactly 10 pages, and I think he did that intentionally for the first 40 pages of the book, just to make it so that it was a little bit easier for a person to digest, so that once they got 40 pages in, they were going to, quote-unquote, fall victim to the sunk cost fallacy and actually finish the rest of the book. No doubt that played at least a small part in why he decided to do what he did. He made all of the first essays 10 pages, first 4, and in very, for him, plain English. For anybody else, like mind-blowingly crazy. It's very much worth a read. If you're looking for something that will challenge your perspectives, both scientifically and theologically, it's definitely worth a read. Let's see, I've got some points here. So, essay 2, as all the essays have to do with in this book, is free will. He was talking about neural signals. Yes, this is what it was. The neural signals that are detected in the mind, in the cerebral cortex and in the nervous system of the human body, when they're thinking of moving an appendage or something. Actually, the movement occurs before the signal is sent. So, this is getting into the idea of the chicken and the egg, and how the way he explains it is that reverse time is technically possible, and how will can act in both directions in time. Your perception, your ability to affect reality can work in both directions. This, I very strongly agree with. Though, I do think there might have been some confounding variables in the study. I'd have to see how it was actually conducted, in that it could be that the person who said verbally, I'm going to move my hand to the right or the left or whatever, and the signal being sent and the ordering of it it could have been that he just had, or she just had to think about the thing first before they did the action. They had to postulate in their minds. But even then, we're still cracking upon the surface of what actually is will in this regard. Is it still just a construction of different chemical reactions and all that? Or perception or layering of your story? It's really interesting to think about. And I found it very, very silly that one of the characters in his first few essays' last name is Nukem, like Duke Nukem. I think he probably did that on purpose. Obviously, it's meant to be tied with Newcomb for Newcomb's paradox, of course. But I did find it funny. I think of Duke Nukem when I think of the last name Nukem. Probably because I watch Lazy Game reviews all the time. So, how does will actually work? How does time actually work? How are they interrelated? And, yeah. I wrote this diagram as kind of an exposition on some stuff that he was talking about in the story. So this is the whole of the universe as shown by the cosmic background radiation that was detected in the Horn telescope many decades ago. And this is everything outside of it. All around. Now, whether we can see or feel or go to any place outside of the whole of the universe is beside the point. The point is, we can conceptualize it. And if we can even conceptualize it as a thing, then it exists. It's the everything that is not the universe. It's crazy to think about. Because time is irrelevant out there. Physical space is irrelevant out there. But we can conceptualize it as an out there. Therefore, just like nouns, it is a thing. That is linked to how our perception actually makes reality. And distinctly tied, I think, into how Chris Langan argues free will and its existence in this compilation of essays. So I recommend it very strongly. It's seldom that I don't think I've ever not recommended something that Chris has written that I've read. But yeah, it's good. All right. That's all I got for today. Hopefully you enjoyed. Love y'all. Peace.